Okay, you know the deal. Give me a couple minutes to get set up, fill up your coffee. Let's get this party started Monday. Oh. Let me know what you think of the music. I've been going through music all weekend looking for good intro music for you guys. And I'm just looking for something to keep the mood going. We are going to be dabbling a little bit into politics. Just barely dipping our toe. But not much, because you know what? I'm not an expert on it. And I got one of the good cups today. This is from my friend Chris, I believe. Oh, let's pull up the show notes. Let's see what I got for you today. And of course, if you're not, I don't know where you're watching. Let me know where you're watching. Show notes. Where are the show notes? Here we go. I got show. Boom, boom. Let me know where you're watching. Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube and Facebook? Let me know what's in your cup. Is it coffee? Is it bourbon? Is it coffee with bourbon? That wouldn't be very good. Rum. Rum is a good mixer. Let me know what's in your cup. Oh, and the comments. Give us just a couple minutes here and we'll get started. Oh. Mute. You should not be able to hear me as I. Ooh, look at that. The texts are coming in. Doom doom chicka chicka doom doom ticka ticka doom doom ticka ticka doom doom ticka ticka doom doom. Seven, 8, 4, 8, 5. Oh, and if you are going to text me, whoever this number is just came in, let me know who it is. These are all coming into my business address book, and I don't have everyone that's in my cell phone is not necessarily in the business version, but I am getting your text. Okay. 50 seconds, and we're going to get this party started. How are we doing on music-wise? Yeah, we got a little bit in here. 41 seconds. I should tell my crew to get ready. My crew being the cats. Oh. 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 LaDonna! Goodness gracious, lady, it's good to hear from you. Okay. Let's get this party started. Monday morning, everybody. You know, you know how we roll up in here. We get all the fancy graphics and, the text numbers on there if you want to say hi. As always, if you're, watching on, YouTube, make sure you say hello, you live stream, you do all the cool stuff. Same thing on Facebook. And as always, I'm going to self promote. I'm going to whore myself out. Make sure you do subscribe on on YouTube also. And the last thing I'm going to ask, I lie. It's not going to be the last thing I'm going to ask. It's going to be the third or fourth thing I'm going to ask. No matter what platform you're watching on, can you just help me out? Just to click a share button and share it with your friends. That's all I need. That's all the social currency I need is a like and a share and all that stuff. Chloe, Chloe, oh my goodness, lady, it's been forever since I've heard from you. It is good to see your face and your name. Good morning, LaDonna. LaDonna, let's start with the people. I'll do these in order, okay? I'll do my good mornings in order. LaDonna Wilson, my Toastmasters long time buddy. I hope you are well. I have not seen you in forever. I hope Toastmasters is well. I hope the job as well. I hope your personal life is rocking. I really do appreciate you tuning in. It's early for some people. Can you believe that? 9 a.m. is early for some people on a Monday morning. I hope, you know what, maybe someday I'll get a little bit older and 9 a.m. will be early for me. Right now, 4 a.m. is early for me. 5 a.m. is a little bit early for me right now. But I was up at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm getting a little bit better at getting back up earlier. I slacked there for a couple of weeks, and now I'm getting better at getting back earlier. So thank you, those of you, for tuning in. LaDonna, I just want to give my shout outs real quick. LaDonna, I really do appreciate you tuning in. And, as always, I think you've been tuning in more and more, so I really do appreciate that. And also, Chloe, you know what? Forget my pronunciation. I can't remember if it's Chloe or Chloe. Either way, you know that the mistake is coming from my head and not my heart because you always watch my stuff. You always participate, and I really do appreciate you. Have you moved to the U.S. yet? I can't remember if you moved here yet or if you're still back home. Let me know. I just can't remember. For some reason, in the back of my head, I thought you moved to the U.S. with a boyfriend or a fiance or both. Who knows? Up in the Northeast. That was the last time that I believe we chatted. Oh, that's some good coffee right there. And for those of you that missed what was on the cup in the preview, this is kind of my attitude. I have a friend, Chris Kowalik in Kansas City, who does Federal Benefit. She's a beautifully smart woman, and we have the same kind of rah cursing morning aggression attitude. And she got me this cup after my daughter. I believe after my daughter got me another one. And this is not self promo. This is not me pushing any particular brand. This is just a kick-ass coffee cup from a company called Coffee and Motivation, and they have a ton of them. And I've got this one and another one from my daughter, which I really treasure. These are the type of cups that set my morning attitude, and I try to open up my coffee day with these two cups right here. So yeah, I usually try to milk that coffee cup until the end. And you think I would get a larger coffee cup, but I have learned biologically from my body, maybe 2 cups of coffee max. I've had one with my protein shake, and this is my second one. And after that, it needs to be water, milk, all the healthy stuff for me going forward. So again, for those of you that are just tuning in, after LaDonna and after Chloe, those two were on the ball this morning. Make sure you say hi, text me a good morning. If you want to text me a question or a comment, something like that, the number is right down there. Let's see if I can get this right. See, remember the bouncing dots back in the days? 405 217 4752. You have to be a little bit more mature to remember the days where we had commercials and we had bouncing balls on commercials and the dots would bounce above the lyrics of something. At 405-217-4752. It's pronounced Chloe or Chloe, but I like Chloe better. what friends call me. I haven't moved. I'm solo in Scotland for now, so glad I caught you. It's 3 p.m. here. I'll put this all up here so everyone else can read it. Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. I apologize because your name has not rolled off my tongue for a while, so I just forgot completely how to pronounce it. Chloe, but we want the Chloe. We want the single. You like this solid because mine could be Patrick or Pat. One solid word, Pat. So you like the single solid word like I do. You haven't moved. Solo in Scotland. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry that whatever happened there. But hopefully you'll make a trip to the U.S. again. I know you've got Stop Doing Nothing swag, and we have yet to meet, but I promise you one of these days we will meet 3 p.m. So that means you are 6 hours ahead of where I am. It's just after 9 a.m. here, U.S. Central. And yeah, it's 3 p.m. for you. Got it. Okay, let's get into a little bit, a little bit of politics because it's on the mind of everybody in the U.S. But we're not going to stay there a lot because I got some marketing jams I want to talk about today. We all know we had a big major event here in the U.S. with a vice presidential candidate, and I want to talk about it for a little bit because I have some emotions about this, and it's been like a little bit of a roller coaster. And it's really been a roller coaster because I tend to keep my thoughts and my feelings about religion and politics buried deep in because those are things that I would rather discuss with somebody one-on-one or in a group. And cool. I appreciate it, Chloe. Yeah, we'll make that trip someday. And just so you guys don't know what she's talking about, she's got, I think I have some Stop Doing Nothing bracelets. I don't know if I gave you that, a shirt. I've got postcards. If anyone wants some Stop Doing Nothing swag, let me know and I'll find a way to get it to you one way or another. This is one of my Stop Doing Nothing swag shirts, although this is one that I had made just for me. So obviously we had a major incident. I think that was Saturday here in the U.S. And I'm going to admit, initially, it's hard to say. Initially, I kind of wished for bad things. I really did, and I'm not proud of me wishing for those things. But it's to the point where, it's just when you dislike someone's feelings and thoughts and the way they do things so much, sometimes you want to wish bad things on them, and it's not healthy. It's not the smartest thing. But it took me maybe, 4 or 5 hours to say, okay, take a deep breath, and you know what? We should never remember. We don't ever want to wish ill on anybody, on people we don't like, on people we hate, on people of different political ideologies, people with different politics, people with different religion, people with different skin color, people of different genders or whatever you want to call them. It's just not healthy. And even I forget that on occasion. Even I forget that there is just nothing good comes from hate. Nothing good comes from hate. I don't want people to hate me. I don't want people to hate me because I live stream. I don't want people to hate me because I wear a certain kind of t-shirt or because my skin's a certain color. I don't want that. And I have to remember, even when I'm full of emotion and full of anger, I really should not wish that for somebody else. So once I composed myself and I thought about it for a little bit, I remembered, you know what? It's someone who I just abhorrently disagree with. I just don't want them dead. And they came this close to being done. I mean, we're talking like an inch, maybe an inch, one way or another. That's how close we were to changing history again. The second thing I'll say on this before I actually get into marketing is that I'm seeing a lot of chatter online that, there was a security failure and, Secret Service was supposed to do this. And how come they didn't do this? I am not of that attitude, and here is why. The job of the Secret Service is to keep the president alive, period. He's alive. When there was a threat, he was there fast, and they got him to safety. That is their job. Their scope of security is right around him. So you've all week long, you've heard people all weekend, you've heard people on CNN and different sports talk about the perimeters of security. There's the really inner circle, which is Secret Service, and then there's outer circles, and those outer circles tend to be more for local authorities to take care of. I do not feel this was a failure on Secret Service at all. All of us can sit here at our keyboards and Monday morning quarterback about what they should and should not have done. There was, I believe them to be good enough that they have been doing this for decades. They have been doing this longer than 99% of the world, securing people, securing places, and keeping presidents alive. And they have an amazing track record. They have an amazing track record. They did not fail. Hindsight, maybe should they have done something different? Maybe. Maybe. But again, remember, that building was the purview of local security, not of Secret Service. And when people started pointing out a threat, the law enforcement people, the right people, got involved as fast as they could to look at the information they had and find it, and they took care of it. Everything happened very fast. It was very chaotic. And again, we can sit here and Monday morning quarterback on Reddit and on Facebook about, oh, Secret Service really failed and they should have done this. Shut up. Until you or I are a security expert, we should kind of shut up. Until I'm a political expert, you know what? I should probably shut up on most political topics too, okay? Let's let them do their job. There will be inquiries. Fat cats in Congress will basically sit there and put them through the ringer about what they should and should not have done. But they did their job that day, and they did it very, very well. Okay, done with the politics. Let's talk about business for a little bit. My topic today, well, first of all, my weekend, how did it go? I like sharing personal stuff with you. Weekend, I don't think I live streamed since Thursday or Friday. Weekend went very well here. Sometimes I even forget what happened different days. So this is Monday at 9:17. So Saturday, what did I do? Saturday, I know the lawn guys came by and mowed. Did I go out jogging Saturday? I may have gone out jogging. I really can't remember. I didn't do, oh, of course, I went out jogging. I remember this now. I went out jogging Saturday. I've got a new jogging routine I want to talk about, and I got my nails done. I have no problem. I'm very secure in my masculinity saying I got a pedicure because you know what? Patrick beats up on his feet. I get a monthly one from, if you're in Oklahoma City, up on Mission Nails, up by Chili's, up on Memorial. I go to a great lady there named Lynn. I have all kinds of good chatter. She's got friends in California, fellow lives in California, so I always like talking about California. But as much as I lift weights, and as much as I kind of run/jog or walk or penguin walk, or whatever you want to call it, she takes care of my feet. And hopefully, if I ever have to reduce my expenses, it would be one of the last expenses I reduce, because guys, have you ever gone, or probably even women too, have you ever gone to like your first pedicure? Or if you're out getting a pedicure and you haven't been to one in a while, and the person doing the work does all the nail work and the footwork and stuff like that, and then they show you like the towel afterwards, and there's like a pile of dead skin that they basically scraped off your feet. Have you ever seen that? Yeah, that's what it's like. I like to think that after they work on my feet, it's kind of like that scene in Dumb and Dumber where they work on, I think it was Lloyd's feet. Oh, was that Jim Carrey? And I can't remember who else was in that movie. But there's a scene there where they work on his feet with like a belt sander and all this other stuff. And there's just, nails and other pieces just flying all over the place. That's what I think sometimes when they're working on my feet. And they're chatting in a different language. I'm not sure exactly what language it is. Sometimes I just get the feeling they're like, oh my goodness, could you look at this guy's feet? He beats them up. He really does beat them up. I can't believe I have to work on these, but I don't care. You know what? It's hard for me to reach my feet. I need to take care of them, and they do a great job of it. So that's what I did Saturday. And then I think I might have laid around and watched a movie, and then we went to see the Minions 4. If you're a big Minions or a Gru fan or a Despicable Me fan, we went over to Penn Square Mall not late at night, 6 or 7, and saw the latest Despicable Me movie, which is Despicable Me 4. That's what I did Saturday. Sunday, I had more of a chill day. Got up and weighed myself, and I'm on my second consecutive week of weight loss, which is good. I roller coaster in that area, and my discipline is on point recently, so I'm making good progress recently, which is really, really cool. I laid around, and then I did watch, Hidden Figures again. I was in the mood to watch Hidden Figures. I don't know why. But I laid around and watched that Sunday also. So here we are, Monday. I'm here to make you a playmaker in business and in life. The hardest part about drinking coffee is not burping as you're drinking the coffee and as you're talking like I am all the time. So if you ever see me do this, it's so I don't, rip one in the microphone when it comes to burping. And of course, after I get the burps out, I will just drink more coffee. Okay. In business, I want to talk to you a little bit this morning about a little bit probably for the remainder of the time, unless you pop some questions to me here. I'm just double checking the phone to see if there's any questions that came in since I've started. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. This character right here, one of my favorite movie characters right here. Cyrus right here. I'm getting some engagement on a Facebook post there. Okay. It took me a long time in business. Ooh, wait, another text message came in. Who's this? Who is this? Oh, I've got a voicemail. Someone. Oh, that's a voicemail. I apologize. I'm kind of keeping track of all the text message and the communication that's coming in. I got a voice. Oh, I got a voicemail for somebody in 206. And this is 206. Sam, buddy, the Facebook god of the world, Mr. Uphex. Dude, I did not know. How did I not know that you were up in the Washington State area? Is that where you are, man? Sweet. My mom's up in Gig Harbor, which is obviously on this side of the sound, Puget Sound from Seattle, man. I did not realize you were up there. I got a buddy, Sam Carlson. I say buddy. I think we might have met in Dallas briefly, but I'm online. I follow every single thing he does. Guy is a Facebook ads god, and if you're not aware of the product Uphex, I will do a quick shout out for you, Sam. It's a great product. I am not using it right at this particular moment because I just don't need that particular service, but I push people there all the time. I did not realize you were up in the Washington State area, man. I appreciate it. And Lee, goodness gracious, Lee Hall, man, I know that name too. Good to hear from you. Again, thanks guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Business-wise, okay, let's get back to the business topic here, or else it'll just be 3 hours of Patrick rambling versus just 60 minutes of Patrick rambling. I took way too long in business to learn a particular lesson. And some of you learn it on day one, and goodness gracious, it's awesome if you can learn it on day one. It really is. It took me way too long, but you're going to see it a lot more in all of my marketing and everything I do right here. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I missed a call from you there. It looks like I missed a call from you there, Sam. You know, Sam, because I'm using Go High Level, everything that you do, text messages, missed calls, I got all that automation kicking off. So now I'm getting text messages. I missed a call from Sam. Emails. I missed a call from Sam. I'm eating up that automation. I love me some automation. I really do. Anyways, in business, here it is. And it took me way too long. I've for the most part in business, since I started my business in the end of '98, I've been very much a generalist, which means I have been in the past, I have been the kind of person that friends would refer people to. I get a lot of referrals, and I appreciate every single one. But a lot of friends know what I do in marketing. They know I work in marketing. And if you work in marketing, your friends that know you're in marketing and they send you referrals, they send you all kinds of referrals for people that think or know that they want any kind of marketing. Because marketing is this giant umbrella, right? So if I say, oh, I work in marketing and I market car washes, my buddy who knows I work in marketing, or I just say in general I do in marketing, my buddy who knows I work in marketing says, when they're talking to their friends at a coffee shop, whatever, oh, Patrick does marketing. Patrick, you should call my buddy. Patrick does marketing. And they call me and I'll eat that stuff up. I really will. I'm just grabbing all the marketing leads. Doesn't matter. You want me to market your pet store? No problem. You want me to market your yoga store? No problem. Your car wash? No. I'm just grabbing all this marketing stuff all over the place because, you know what? When you're early in business, number one, you need the revenue, and you haven't learned all the business lessons you need to learn. So I just, for the most part, ever since I've had an agency, I'll just take leads from anything, anywhere, anything, any place, really well. And then someplace along the line, I learned the value of getting into niches, becoming a specialist, becoming someone who's focused on a particular thing for a particular group of people that want a particular outcome. And there's a couple of good things about this and probably one challenging thing. The challenging thing is when somebody walks up to you with a big wad of money, okay, and says, I don't care Here's the money. I don't care what you specialize in. Here is $5,000. Here is $10,000. Just do a thing for me. And it's not in your wheelhouse. So once you decide to specialize, it's hard turning down money and turning down opportunities that are not right within that wheelhouse. It really is. I'm motivated by improvement and by helping people. And you know what? There has to be a financial compensation. There really does. That's not lying. We're in business to make money. We're in business to make a profit. And I'm not here to run a charity. So there are times where I would just take everything. But probably in the last 5 to 10 years, I've gotten better at locking down and locking down and locking down what I work on. What kind of people I want to work with, what kind of budget I want them to have, the results that they should be getting, and the industries where they should be working. That's one area where I've locked down. Okay, so that's niching down a little bit. That's niching down a little bit. Is all that niching and that self-qualifying right there. That is one area of locking down. Okay, another area which I'm not really sure you could be considered locking down. This is probably more of a branding thing. Is being consistent with a message and a process. So 2 things here. One is locking down your niche, what you want to charge, who you want to charge it to, and the kind of people and all that. Okay. I'm kind of curious, Lee. I know this is your area also. Chloe, I know this is your area also. And Sam, 100%, man, I know this is your area. And the second one is the branding. The second one is the branding, meaning can you come up with a defined process and a defined brand that you can put out there for people to see consistently to know that, oh, this person is not a generalist. This person has a brand and a process. And those are the 2 components that I not only have adopted myself, but I'm really am trying to teach and get better about making sure that people know the highway I'm on and the goals I'm making and the kind of people I'm looking for. So, and I will give you an example of this. And by the way, I think I'm doing a webinar on this. I'm speaking at an online conference someplace. Sorry, I'm getting text messages here while we're talking. I'm speaking at an online conference someplace. I'm going to talk about this more, not to mention for the high-level group. I think this Wednesday I'm doing a live stream, a community live stream of some sort. I can't remember. Like a lunch and learn. I think I'm going to talk about this. So my deal, as you can see down here in the corner, I love this phrase and this website of mine, stop doing nothing at stopdoingnothing.com. Okay? So that's 100% part of my brand I've adopted. I like 3-word. I'm kind of curious about this. I like 3-word domain names, especially Chloe. Chloe, I know you would do web development. I like 3-word domain names and branding that basically says what you want to do or the phrase you want to adopt. Or it's very easy. Here we go. So I'm kind of rambling here with my thoughts. My main business domain up until recently has been allaboutfocus.com. 3 words, all about 5 syllables. It's like a little miniature sentence. Stop doing nothing is the same thing. And I think the word is vacillated between, stop doing nothing is my brand name or all about focus is my brand name. And the reason I went with stop doing nothing is, all about focus, I've noticed actually confuses people a little bit. They think, oh, he's all about focus consulting. I'm like, no, it's Focus Consulting Incorporated is the registered brand name, but the domain name happens to be all about focus. So people have found that one a little bit confusing, a little bit. And so I've kind of vacillated between that and Empire Builders and Own Your Empire. I've vacillated between all these brand names. And probably in the past year to 6 months, I have focused just on stop doing nothing. Okay. Focused on just stop doing nothing for everything, for the swag, for the marketing, for the digital consulting, all that stuff, my agency. And something else I've done is basically decided that these are the fixed 2 or 3 plans I work on, and here are the goals I want for people. So what you're going to see me talk about in Stop Doing Nothing a lot more these days, for those of you that have been my friends for a while, is something called playmakers. Okay? Playmakers. I love that phrase, playmakers. I need to get a shirt. I don't have any shirts yet that say playmakers. I need to design one. Playmaker, badass, playmaker, something like that. But so all my plans now, all my marketing is set up, and all the stuff that I do is with the goal of making you a playmaker. Meaning, I want to put you on the map. I want you to be somebody who's significant in your world, in your niche, in your community. I want to turn you into a playmaker. Okay? Where did I come up with this? It's really weird. There was a while, for those of you, again, who are more mature like me, I think, Sam, you're one of them. I think I've seen some gray hair in Sam's beard. There was a show on HBO a while back, and NFL, no, it wasn't HBO, it was ESPN. It was literally called Playmakers. And this has been a while. This has probably been 10 or 20 years ago. And it was a football drama show that ended up getting canceled. But I like the show. I've always liked the word, and before I liked the show, I liked the show, and I loved their theme song. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I can play. Let me see if I can pull up Apple Music here and play their theme song. Oh, you know what? If not, I know I can go over to YouTube and look it up. So I'm going to go over to YouTube real quick and find this song for you. YouTube Playmakers theme song. It's really, it's one of those motivating songs, but like aggressive motivating, if that makes sense. And I only play part of it because I think if I play too much of it, what's going to happen is YouTube's going to ding me for this. So let me just play part of this here, okay? Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. The intro song is like 38 seconds. It's on my gym playlist, but it has the attitude that I have. So everything I do now is Playmakers. I've got if you want mastermind work with me, I've got a mastermind program called Playmakers Accelerate. If you want our monthly retainer, I have two other plans called, I think, Playmakers Apex and Playmakers, it's not Playmakers Apex, Playmakers Accelerate is the mastermind program if you want to work with me. Playmakers Ascension is our monthly retainer consulting program where you get all the education, you get a CRM, you get all the stuff with me. And this is not me self-promoting right now. This is me literally telling you the plans you can get from us. Oh goodness gracious, where'd all my windows go right there? So and so I've tried to incorporate, number one, Stop Doing Nothing in all my branding. Number two, what else was? Playmakers, because I just love the word and it goes with what I want to teach. And I'm naming everything now. I'm incorporating things from aviation because I just obviously love anything with wings on it. And so, Accelerate, our mastermind program, if you're ever interested. Accelerate is me thinking about, you going from an airplane, you're taxiing out, and you're accelerating down the runway to take off, okay? So that's like our entry-level mastermind program. And then Ascension is, for me, to me, after you're up to speed and you're climbing out of an airport, you are ascending, right? And so all the things that I'm doing are going to be Stop Doing Nothing and Playmakers related and aviation theme related. And even with all the aviation stuff, I'm trying to use words that start with A to make it linguistically a little bit easier to remember. So I have things, like I said, I don't think it's called Apex. I can't remember what my other program is called. I have Accelerate and I have Ascension. Those are the two main ones that people are buying these days. So my whole point in all of this is if you work in digital marketing or you run an agency or you do any kind of branding or anything like that, and you want to look more professional, you want to be considered literally a playmaker in your industry. If you want to basically own a word, and again, this is something brilliant I learned from someone. It's really good in an industry or a niche or whatever to own a phrase. I want to own the phrase stop doing nothing. I think I already do. I want to own the phrase playmakers, not legally own it, but I want that to be in people's mind when they think of me. Okay? I want them to think, Patrick, oh, that's the playmakers guy. That's the stop doing nothing guy. I want to own your headspace when it comes to certain words. And I pick all this up from other people who I've seen this, do it, brilliantly. This is not, I'm not talking to you about stuff that I came up with off the top of my head or stuff that I invented, okay? This is stuff I have seen other people do and that I have made mistakes on that I'm getting better at. So I'd like your opinion on this. If you're someone who works at marketing, can you either text me with the number that's on screen or comment I'm picking up comments on Twitch, on YouTube, and on my Facebook profile. If you comment and see if you've seen some really good examples of this, of like companies who have done such a good job at branding that they own a word in your head. I'm just kind of curious because I know there are really good examples out there, but while I'm talking to you, I just can't think of anything right there. One that comes to mind whenever I think of the word acquisition right now, for example, I think of Alex Hormozi. That word, he owns that word now in my head. He owns that little bit of headspace in my head. I'm trying to think of some other brands that own a word in my head, and where the word is related to the brand, and the brand is related to the word, and I just always think of them together. Nothing's coming to mind right now, but we all have examples of this. Okay, we all have examples of words that are owned in your head. So, for example, here's another one. Breaking news to me is owned by CNN. It really is. They own that headspace when it comes to breaking news. Despite what you may or may think about their about their politics or about their news style, they own the phrase breaking news. I'm trying to think of some other phrases where people just own the entire phrase in my head. Anyways, so if you're someone, like I said earlier, if you're someone who's either into marketing or you're somebody who has a company and you are trying to establish yourself, you're trying to stand out, okay? This is really going to help you if you're the kind of company that wants to stand out, because most of us are commodities right now when it comes to our businesses, okay? There are very few industries where there is a single company doing it. I work in a very general market called marketing. That's my niche. It's marketing. That's not really a niche, is it? But it's a giant, wide open blanket. You can swing a dead cat probably in my neighborhood, in my city, in my state, and around the world and find people that work in marketing, okay? It's not hard. I'm not a special person. One of the worst things I could say is I work in marketing, because it doesn't tell anybody anything. And whenever I tell people that, or whenever I used to tell people that, they would go, okay. It's not exciting. It's not exciting. And I'm trying these days sorry, my nose is itching. I'm trying these days to not say that. It still slips out on my tongue on occasion when I'm not on point, but I've got some phrases I've worked on to tell people what I do, to make it seem, like it's not just marketing, it's this particular way he does marketing and the words he owns and the processes he owns. If you want to stand out in your industry, and if you want to just be if you just don't want to get muddled in the world of commodities, that's one of my biggest fears, I think, in life and in business, is just getting muddled in with being a commodity. I'm not going to say I hate it, because that's such a strong word, but it just doesn't stand out. It doesn't make me look good. It's not good for business. It is not good for your business to be a commodity. It really isn't. That's something among the other 1,000 things you have to worry about in business. One of them should be, you don't want to be a commodity. What is a commodity? A commodity means, and I don't know the technical, let's look up the technical definition of it, okay? I know what it means in my head, but let's look up the technical definition of it. And so definition of a commodity. What is the definition of a commodity? Okay, we're looking this up for you. A raw material or primary agricultural product that can be bought and sold, such as copper or coffee. Commodities such as copper or coffee. Here we go. So basically, these are commodity. That's the agricultural definition of a commodity. The one I'm looking for is, here we go. A good or service whose wide availability typically leads to smaller profit margins and diminishes the importance of factors such as brand name other than price. We also have something useful or valued. Oh, I like this one. A mass-produced, unspecialized product. Oh, I love that one. And here's another one I love. Oh, goodness gracious. Apologize. Stomach growling there. One that is subject to ready exchange or exploitation within a market. So here's a couple of definitions of a commodity. But to me, a commodity just means, you know what? You're not unique. You are selling something that 100 other people are selling, and there's nothing unique about what you're doing. And not being unique, not standing out is a huge, huge fear of mine. I don't ever want to be a commodity if I can all avoid it. So, how can you not be a commodity? Spend some time, and if you need help, text me or message me, and I'll do some brainstorming with you. Spend some time figuring out how can you take what you do, which is not unique. I can guarantee that what you do is probably not unique. Take some time figuring out how you can take that, stamp a brand name on it, stamp a process on it, stamp some brand colors on it, and sell it and stand out when you're selling it. Okay? Just take some time. Either this weekend or later today, or it's not hard to stand out. It really isn't. It really isn't. The rule of 80-20 applies here. 80% of companies won't do this, so they're commodities. 20% will. Heck, this might even be a 90-10 rule or a 95-5 rule versus an 80-20 rule. It's really not hard to stand out. So take some time and just, even if behind the scenes, even if let's say your commodity screen is the big giant head on the Wizard of Oz, okay? And you're over there behind the curtain, doing Facebook posts, doing SEO, doing the same things everybody else does. That's okay. Make the giant head in the Wizard of Oz, make that what makes you distinctive, okay? Everybody went to the Wiz in the Wizard of Oz because he was big and giant and mighty and all powerful, okay? And you walk into depending on which version of the Wizard of Oz you saw, either the Wiz, I guess there's the movie version of the Wiz, there's the stage version of the Wiz, there's the stage version of the Wizard of Oz, and there's several different movie versions with the Wizard of Oz, okay? Either way, at the end, the Oz is this big, giant, shiny head that's meant to intimidate and scare people. And you look behind the curtain, and you know what? It's just a guy. It's just a guy operating the handles and making the smoke and making the loud booming noises. It's a commodity. So it's okay if behind the scenes you're still a commodity. Okay? You don't have to be a commodity in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. It's in front of the scenes with the big giant whiz head where you want to be unique and stand out with your brand and with the things you sell. But behind the scenes, it's okay to be a commodity, okay? In marketing, especially in digital marketing, a lot of what we do is I do the same thing as a bunch of other people. I get you organized. I manage your data. I set up CRMs for you. I manage data. We run ads. We build landing pages. We build websites. We do all that stuff, okay? Every digital marketing company does that. They might like to say, oh, it's a little bit different, but no, everyone in the digital marketing space pretty much needs the same services or a breadth of a circle of services. So behind the scenes, my agency and the people that work for me, we still do the same stuff, but it's in front that you want to stand out. It's in front where you want to be unique because it's the in front part where, number one, you get sold or you were selling, and it's also what people see. It's the first thing people see, okay? The first thing they see if you're a commodity is nothing. You're gray. You look the same as everybody else. But if somehow you can stand out, Billie Jean, here's a really good one. Billie Jean works in marketing, and whenever your first impression of anything he does is something that catches your eye and makes you think he's not a commodity. Brilliant guy, very smart, met him a couple of times. I can't say we're friends, we are maybe minorly acquainted. If someone knows Billie Jean and wants to introduce me to him, I think he's in San Diego. Is he in San Diego or San Francisco? Either way, if somebody wants to introduce me to him, I'd be okay for that. But anyways, my whole point is if you want to not be a commodity, reach out to me sometime. Text me, call me, message me on Facebook. I have some ideas on how to do this and how not to do this. And you can do this on your own also. I'm not saying I'm a branding expert, but if you ever want to, I want you in your business today to do your best to not be a commodity. Whether you are a one-person brand, whether you are a 100-person brand, whether you're a solopreneur, whether you're an LLC, whether you're a sub-S or a C-Corp, I want you to not be a commodity. And that's what that was the title I should have put on this stream here, was how to not be a commodity, right? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do the top 10 ways, the top 5 ways for a future stream on how to not be a commodity. Let me know what you think about that. Anyways, I have run my time here. I try to make these shows between 45 minutes and an hour. Let me make sure all my cool buttons are working. All my cool buttons are working. As always, I keep saying this over and over, and I probably keep saying as always. The only thing I need from you when it comes to this is, number one, try to tune in on a regular basis. I am really going to aim to be doing this 9 o'clock multiple times a week, 9 a.m. U.S. Central. Number two, subscribe, follow. Where's my cool subscribe? I have a cool subscribe button here. Watch this. I've got some cool subscribe graphics I downloaded right here. And for those of you that texted in and said hello, I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. And obviously follow on social media, subscribe on YouTube, share everything you see. I hope this has been useful for you. Quick recap, let's calm the F down when it comes to our political rhetoric. That was the first thing I talked about for 5 or 10 minutes. Let's just calm ourselves down. You know what? It's not good for me to hate you, somebody who's in a different political party or on a different location on the ideological spectrum. It's not good for me to hate you. It's not. Sometimes I want to. Sometimes your boy's tripping and I slip up and I do. I say and I think hateful things and I'm not proud of it. I'm not. It takes work. It really does, because we are all amping up the temperature of our politics. Just not a good thing. It really isn't. And the other topic we covered, for those of you that are tuning in for the end, let's get the right screen up here. There we go. Try not to be a commodity. Okay. It's not a good idea. It does not help your marketing. It will not help you sell more. It'll help you sell less, and you're going to get buried in the world of other commodities inside of your industry. Okay. Thank you for watching. LaDonna, let's get you guys up here. Let's say hello to, let me see. Oh, we're going to get fancy. We're going to say thank you to LaDonna for watching. Yay! Chloe, good to hear from you. I haven't heard from you for a while. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate that. Lee, man, where's Lee at? There's Lee's words up there. Thank you very much for watching. And even though Sam did not put a comment on the stream here, let's take this one. Here we go. Let's do this. And let's just say, hey, Sam Carlson, who runs Uphex. I'm not sure if the domain is uphex.com, but go check them out when it comes to running Facebook ads. They'd be a good company for that. He's a really sharp guy. And one of the reasons I just don't say that just because I generally know him. They are a company who shows you how they educate you. So they're the companies I use are the companies that educate. They have a product, number one, and then they educate at the same time. There are companies that would just say, here's our tool to run Facebook ads, okay? Or here's our tool to manage a CRM, or here's our tool to do web design. But the companies that are constantly educating you are the ones you really want to follow. And I see a bunch of brilliant education coming out of the people at Uphex, Sam. So thank you for doing that. And if you're in my world with a high-level CRM and you need Facebook ads, either reach out to me or reach out to Sam Carlson directly, and he will get you hooked up with the brilliant Uphex tool. You know what? I love you guys. For those of you that watched any kind of time at all, 5 seconds or 50 minutes, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on the next live stream. Have a great, brilliant, absolutely brilliant Monday, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. I love you.